Sebastien Bonmalais from France, 23 years of age, is first up against Raphael Kandra of Germany, the German champion. So that it's almost like part traditional and part glass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't know who you think that would suit, particularly in this match. It's obviously Kandra so far. Does it suit your game?
I'm trying.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think yesterday and the day before, yeah, well, it suits my short game very well. So hopefully in the length game also. Shot.
6-8.
Again, just a slight lengthening of play. That was a good squeeze from Bonmalais. What a get.
It's a great rally. Oh, wow.
He's just not going away, is he, Bonmalais?
It's a great recovery. Oh.
Oh, it's wonderful stuff. That was really impressive.
10 all.
My co-commentator is actually giving them both a round of applause. That's how good it was. Just some wonderful movement from both players, but Bonmalais pretty much in charge of that rally. He didn't hit the tin that time, Kandra. On the backhand drop shot, he's hit it again though. Just clipping the tin, that's one of his favourite areas. We're talking about the volleying of Kandra.
It's a good squeeze.
Kandra, of course, sometimes known as the goalkeeper.
6-4.
Bounding around laterally, trying to look for the volley, trying to find those openings.
It's a good rally.
Well, he's clipped the neck. I don't think he really went for that one, do you?
7 all.
It worked anyway.
But Bonmalais giving himself a chance to be 2-level up here. It's a great opportunity for him.
To be fair, he's been the better player so far overall, I feel. It's just been a little bit more controlled, and that is right on cue. Talk about control. He read that shot so early, and it gave him the opportunity to play the flick, and Kandra was nowhere in sight.
I'm coaching myself on the court, so I talk to myself a lot.
Well, you have to, don't you? I mean, that is the sign of a very good player. I think as you come out of the juniors and you haven't got your parents and your coach or whatever, you have to look after yourself, don't you? And,
yeah.
Around the world, different clubs,
And out. 3-2.
different glass court situations. Good lift, straight down that right-hand wall from the German. It's quite an underused shot, really, isn't it? The straight lob.
Yeah.
I think you play it a little bit, don't you? If I think about it.
On the backhand,
yeah.
I do, yeah.
It's a great shot. Oh, that's
a
tough.
Good rally from
Good
Kandra.
skills from Kandra.
9-4. Right box.
It's been a good response from the German, and that is
11-5
invisible.
Game to Kandra.
Fantastic response
Bonmalais
after being up in the
2 games to 1.
first 2 games quite considerably, and then Bonmalais extending the rallies, making life very difficult. Don't know if you did. Your eyes are a lot younger than mine.
That's better from Kandra. So much better.
Yeah, as I said, I
4-1.
do feel like he can raise his game a little bit.
Court service.
It's a little bit soft, the forehand drop shot on the volley from Kandra. I feel like he has to be bit more proactive. If he is taking it in short like that right on cue.
He was trying to find this drop shot the whole match, and he got it here.
Very important point as well, wasn't it? Both players have done a lot of work here. Just saying how the previous drop shot on the forehand was not really good, but looked fine to me.
Yep, always good. Just getting their word, Kandra. They're getting the ball.
Yeah, it's well played from the German. Number one. We're going into a 5th game as you predicted, Youssef.
2 games all.
Will it be your predicted winner though, Bonmalais? Well, we will find out in a few minutes. Not to hit the tin. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, but you just have to give that little bit of extra concentration, don't you, at this stage? Oh. Just got out of the way in time.
I know. 4-6.
You'd have been in there a bit earlier for a stroke, I think.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he review that?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Oh, what a shot. What a shot, and what a time to do it from Kandra. That's incredible stuff at this stage of the match. That is brave. Knew what happened there, but it's 5 match balls to the German. This would be an incredible comeback for the first match of the tournament. He's down. He's called it, Bonmalais. That was a very fair call. It was quite right, and it was a wonderful match between these two, between France and Germany.
8-11, 11-5, 11-6, 11-5.
So Raphael, Kandra comes through 10-12, 8-11, 11-5, 11-6, 11-5 in 75 minutes. Yeah, club players maybe not worried about the sunlight as much as the pros. That's a great shot. I mean, it was right on the racket, but the ability there, the dexterity and the weight of stroke on this volley was very impressive. Full follow through as well.
Down.
Oh, he went for it.
Out.
It's a fine line, isn't it, when you are trying to be aggressive, be a lot more proactive. But just feel like he's really got to take this opportunity now. I mean, that wasn't the worst of serves. Hit the sidewall first. Just great control from Soliman.
It's definitely aggressive from Nathan Lake there, going for the nick straight off the serve.
Yeah, it's one of those things, though, isn't it, where off the serve, you know, it's at this stage of the match, you can be a hero or zero.
18-16,
but
game to Soliman.
Finally,
Soliman
this
leads
game is over. You can see the
love.
relief in the way that Youssef Soliman is walking. He's come up against it there against Nathan Lake, and it was a really good performance from the Englishman. Had so many game balls, but just couldn't take any of them.
Trying to figure out exactly what happened there, Parky.
We'll have a chat later after the next 6 matches.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hopefully by then this will be up on the replay so we can rewind it, go through it frame by frame.
Can't wait.
6-2.
Well, like you said, you know, sometimes the player that loses the game races out to that early lead, and we've
Well, that's great stuff from Nathan Lake. He was onto that in a flash. That first drop shot again, great technique, especially on the backhand side. Right at the business end of this second, a laboured movement, and it's a game ball for Soliman. Has to be a stroke.
Stroke to Soliman.
Yeah.
Player review.
I don't know what you think. Do you think stroke?
Yeah, I don't think he's getting much joy here,
No.
Nathan Lake.
Soliman, this jump held. 11-9, game to Soliman. Soliman leads.
Yeah,
2
it's the only
games to love.
decision really that the video referee could make, and the referee. Oh, that is some finish. I mean, you knew exactly where that ball was going. There was certainly no need for disguise, but what an execution here. Pushing for the finishing line. You can see his tail's up a little bit here now. Soliman would dearly love to get this done in 3. As I would say, as you would know, but you don't remember what stage you got to in a tournament 2 months ago, so it is important to try and win matches as quickly as possible. So 3 match balls now for Soliman. He was always going to go for that cross-court nick, just missing. So slight lifeline here for Nathan Lake. Oh, he's gone for the little half volley top spin, and he played tremendously well there, Nathan Lake. A lot of good points to that match. It was, I have to say, a tough draw against Youssef Soliman, who played pretty well himself. We're just going to go to the MC after that 3-love win for Youssef Soliman.
I think the tactic. There needs to be a lot of variety in your hitting and in the different heights and things on the front wall, because ElSherbini's hitting in straight lines is so clean, and he's pretty powerful in his hitting. So if you don't vary the pace and force him to create pressure on the ball, he's just increasing the pace exponentially every shot.
Not up.
Oh, it's a great touch from Harrity. Wasn't as easy as it looked either. The ball did come out, but he had to move his feet quite quickly there.
Down. 11-8. Game to Harrity. Harrity leads.
Well,
1 game to
Todd
love.
Harrity will be pleased with himself and maybe slightly relieved in that first game.
Down
That's tight work. Well adjusted there from
and out.
the
3-5.
American player. He's got a heavy hit on the forehand side, ElSherbini.
Down. 8-5.
That had potential to be a big error from Harrity, because you had the feeling he was starting to claw his way back in there.
Well, that was well played. Probably quite frustrating for Todd Harrity. I remember Jan Shakan used to do that kind of thing against me all the time, drive me crazy.
Could prove to be a crucial mistake, because that lead's starting to evaporate.
Oh,
Not up.
that was great touch. Full stretch there from Harrity, perhaps making up for that last drop shot. That was a
6-4.
wonderful volley.
Yeah.
Let's have another look at this. He'll cross-court this one, but he read it nice and early. Look at that touch.
Nine, 10, game ball.
Perhaps.
Well, he did seem to put those points on the board quite quickly.
Yeah, it's always a worry, isn't it, when you've, and what was he, 10-7 here, Harrity?
10-6, I think.
10-6, and now we're in the tie break.
10-all, a player
really
must win by 2
quite
points.
sure how
Each
this has
player
happened.
Has one
I don't
review
think Harrity
available.
could shed any light on the situation. Waiting patiently in that service box. Good opportunity here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at the very least, I mean, I was going to say I would give an OLET because there was just no interference and he's facing the back wall. He's not ready to hit that shot. Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful touch. I really like the way he played that. Just sort of dropped the wrist into the shot, but with nice control.
Way far out, away from him.
Well, it's the perfect width and it's the perfect time for ElSherbini this stage of the match to get a little bit of fortune. Of course, we took looked like the right decision there from this position. So still 2 game balls. And there you have it. ElSherbini taking that 3rd game with the unforced error. The return of serve from Harrity. Nice straight volley drops with lots of touch, lots of cut.
No, absolutely, Parky. That's 100% right, that analysis.
Oh, it's well played. Awkward shot,
And
wasn't it? To
Very
finish.
awkward because it came across his body quite quickly there. Oh, that was clever
Yeah,
play.
it really was. It really was. I thought that Harrity might react in time, but he just didn't see it. It's very subtle use of the wrist here from ElSherbini.
Well, and he's done well because he hasn't
The
played
American.
big lifeline, and he did well to stay in that rally because ElSherbini had all kinds of pressure on him. Ooh, he's gone for it there, ElSherbini. Ooh.
Oh, there's a tired movement there from Harrity in the end.
11-7,
Just the last
ElSherbini,
few points, really, I have to say. Looked a little bit laboured in some of the movements.
8-11, 11-5.
ElSherbini comes through 8-11, 11-5, 10-12, 11-8, 11-7 in 70 minutes. He's through to play Rodriguez. Hence one of the reasons why we've got this brand new centre here, this fantastic centre, Houston Squash Club. Got this permanent glass court, and I think there's around 10 other traditional courts.
Yep, another one of the courts has a glass sidewall as well, which is nice.
Correct.
Nice aesthetic touch. Actually, 2 of them have glass sidewalls.
And out 5-3.
Well, Steinmann started off pretty positively here.
Some severe pickups here. Great movement from Steinmann.
Very heavy movement.
Well, it's very frustrating if you're the player in the position of Declan James and you have to play 3 or 4 winners before you can actually win the point.
So an interesting fact, I'm not sure if you're aware of, Parky, about
oh dear, it's gone for the cross court. It's always quite painful, especially when you have to lose the point too.
Mr. James?
definitely had a few big tie breaks today so far. Not even halfway through yet, Parky.
And out, 1-2.
It's a great touch from Steinmann, that first drop shot. He's playing well here, Steinmann. He's really playing, his shot selection has been
9-8.
impressive. He's quite capable of playing an outright winner sometimes, Declan James.
These are some very powerful movements from Steinmann.
Down.
Oh. Well, that was a very ambitious shot from Declan James. Down by the referee. It's good lifting there from James. But then the follow-up drop shots are just not quite good enough from the Englishman.
Yeah, he's just not quite getting the weight of shot right, Declan James.
No.
6-3. And out, 5-8.
Especially at this time of the match. 4 match balls now for Steinmann. Myself and Chris Gordon agree that it's one of the best performances, if not the best performance of his career for the Swiss. Dimitri Steinmann taking that match against Declan James.
11-6.
3 games.
A big round of applause for Declan James.